Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, today we are ready for the next Salesforce CPQ session. As you are aware, we are going to give a multiple series of multiple sessions of CPQ, Salesforce CPQ. So, let's discuss something new in this session. This is a second session. So before moving into second session, let's just recap what CPQ topics we are covering in different sessions. So as you are aware, we have already discussed about Salesforce CPQ basics, and second thing, now today is the second session which is related to CPQ object data model and package setting. And further we have we will have other sessions like product and bundle configuration, pricing method. So I did one change over here. If you see, previously I have shown that CPQ platform and package setting in for this today's session. But what I feel that CPQ platform is a bigger topic, so I have separated the CPQ platform topic. So here we have added CPQ object data model and package setting, since I was feeling that without discussing our object data model, we can't make a better understanding for CPQ. So in today's session, we will be discussing CPQ object data model and package setting. Let's just recap what we discussed in last session, and I believe all of you have gone through all the process which we have discussed in last session, all the points like standard sales process. We have already discussed how to prepare a trailhead playground. So and next thing, what is CPQ, why CPQ is important for our business, other CPQ available in the market. And as I have promised that we will not be more focused on theory part. So from today's session, I will be showing you the practical. We are not going to more focus on theory. So let's discuss, understand the agenda. What is the agenda of the today's session? So first thing is high level CPQ data model. So we will discuss the CPQ data model at high level, and I will tell you how you can explore the data model in detail for Salesforce CPQ. Second point is how to differentiate the standard Salesforce and steel brick object. As you are aware, I had already discussed that Salesforce has acquired a steel brick CPQ managed package. So it is very important to understand what how you differentiate, that is which object is a Salesforce object and which object and fields are related to steel brick object. Since if you are going for a Salesforce CPQ specialist certification, there are multiple many questions are coming around this area. And next thing, package settings and few examples of important settings. So I will show you how you can see a package setting, and further we will be discussing some important settings like multi-line delete package setting on line editor. So before discussing this, we will discuss what is line editor. And line editor is a very important uh, object for CPQ. And action column placement package setting on line editor, how to add fields or column on quote line editor, and further what is standard line item drawer, how to modify it. So first thing, let's discuss about high level CPQ data model. So here you can see the data model of CPQ, where you can see the name of the objects like account, opportunity, product, price book, product, quote line, product option, code document, subscription, contract, and asset. This is a high level. Why it is high level CPQ data model? Since if we will show you that under quote we have a different multiple objects available which are not shown over here. And if you see one more difference in this presentation, some are object name are showing in gray color and some are in blue. So the objects which are related to steel brick managed package are showing in blue color, and gray colored are standard Salesforce objects which are available in already available in Salesforce. So one thing you can see one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, and many-to-many relationship. Like if we explore account to contract, so it is one-to-many relationship. That is, one account may be associated to a multiple contract, multiple assets, contract contract has a one-to-many relationship. That is, contract may have a multiple assets. And if you see over here price book and product, so it is a many to many relationship showing. So that it means one product may be associated to a multiple price books, and one price book may be associated with multiple product. So this topic will be covered while we will be discussing a product and bundle in next our upcoming session. So this is a high level CPQ data model. And further, if you want to see a detail of object data model, object relationship, so I have given two links. Let me show you. So this is a Salesforce document, standard library. Here you can see the detail of the objects, what are the objects like asset, and if you see here you can see the list is so long. However, we haven't shown all these objects in my slide. That's why I have written that it is a high level CPQ data model. So if you can see over here, this is the object name, further element name, that is API name, and required lookup relationship. So if you see over here, that is additional document has lookup relationship from opportunity, code template, product, code, and template sections. All these are objects. And further master detail relationship, as additional document has no master detail relationship, so it is showing it is written none. But if you go to configuration rule, so it has a master and child relationship, master detail relationship with product rule, so it is showing over here. So you can go through with this document for further detailing. And one more important link I have found during our study. So let me show you. So thanks Mark Kane. So it has been prepared by Mark Kane. Let me zoom it for better understanding. So if you see Salesforce CPQ object model, it has been prepared by Mark Kane. So really I appreciate Mark Kane's effort that he explained very well whole the objects and relationship between the object, and he has divided it into parts which we will be discussing in our upcoming sessions. If you see, let me scroll down, like guided selling. So what are the objects related for guided selling has been put under one box, And next, if you see pricing and discount, what are the different objects which are related to for pricing and discount, like product, price book entry, price book, and block price, price dimension. So if you can see over here, these are some additional objects are showing over here, many objects which are not part of my slide. That's why it is a high level CPQ data model. So for detailing, you can go through with these links for better understanding what is the relationship between object. However, we will be discussing all these when we will be discussing these topics like pricing and discount, and like quote line editor. So we will be discussing in our upcoming session. So before moving to those sessions, we will be discussing this object relationship diagram and understand what is the relationship between the objects. Let's move to another slide, and I hope you will go through all these documents and you will follow our next sessions for better understanding. So next thing is how to differentiate the standard Salesforce and SteelBrick objects and fields. So as I have already told that it is very important, since if you are going for CPQ specialist certification, you will get multiple questions around this. Let me show you. So I hope you have configured your playground. So I have logged in my Salesforce account, and for accessing a Salesforce CPQ package, you just click on this app, and further you can select Salesforce CPQ, and it will be showing this home screen. It is loading. On this home screen, you can see account, opportunities, quote, orders, product rule tabs. Let me show you the object list and how you will differentiate, how you will identify that is which object is a standard Salesforce object and which object is related to SteelBrick managed package. So click on setup and further object manager, and over here you can see these are the object list related to Salesforce CPQ. So you can see a difference between the name API name of the objects. If you see over here like account, activity, but you can notice one thing, that SBQQ underscore related content. Some of the object names are prefix name space with SBQQ. So this is the main difference, and this is the identification, that is this object is related to managed package and managed package of SteelBrick. Same thing is applicable on its field name. If we click on attribute name, attribute item object, and further go to fields and relationship. So here you can see the created by ID. It is a lookup user field, that is a standard Salesforce field, user field. So it is its API name is just like created by, but if you see other fields name, so name is having SBQQ underscore. So this is the main identification, and you can easily identify the field name which is related to managed package and which is of standard Salesforce field. Let's move to next slide. So next thing, how to view CPQ package setting. So let me show you. So CPQ has provided some important settings. Let me go to setup and click, just type installed package. So once you click on installed package, so here since in this arc only one package has been installed, that's why it is showing only one package named Salesforce CPQ. If your arc have a multiple package, it will be showing multiple package over here, and you need to search package name as Salesforce CPQ. Once you have identified Salesforce CPQ package name, you just need to click on configure, and this is the configuration part of Salesforce CPQ. So it is showing a different areas like documents. So if we talk about first one, document folder, so we are not going to cover all these settings, since it without understanding of the topics, it would not be feasible to explain all these settings. So we will be covering the important setting while we will be discussing other topics. But I will show you few important settings which are easy to understand. And second thing, like grouping, solution group enabled, require group name. This is a line editor settings. So we will tell you what is line editor, and we will explain one or two settings from over here. And next thing is plugins. If you have some plugins, so we are not going to discuss these settings. Next one is price and calculation. So while we will discussing pricing and discount, so we will discuss all these settings. Since when you on behalf of these settings, the processing will be changed. Like if you see over here, unit price scale 2, it means up to 2 digits unit price scale. You can change as per your need. So how these settings will be impacting, will be discussing in our upcoming sessions. And further subscriptions and renewals, so it would be discussed while we will discussing subscription and renewal of the product. And next setting is related to quote, order, and there are some few additional settings. So all these standard Salesforce CPQ configuration setting, on behalf of these settings we can manage a lot of functionality. So this is the one thing which I want to show you. Now let me show you line editor, since line editor is a very important part, and let me show you the line editor and will show you few important settings of the line editor. So codes, I am going to select any one of the code. So here you see a button named edit lines. Once you click on edit lines, so it will open another screen. From this screen you can select a product for your code, add product. So let me show you the line editor. Once you click on add product and you select any product, it will be redirecting to edit code. This is a line editor. These are this screen is showing as a line editor. If you see over here, if you click on this, it will show other fields, other values. So let me show you some important setting. So if you can see, this is a toolbar like clone line, delete, line. So these line means these are the products. If you see over here, each line is representing one product. Product may be in a form of individual component or maybe a bundle like desktop computer. It may include multiple components, memory, hard disk. So it will be showing over here. Now this is a usability setting. Like if user is not comfortable to see this toolbar in left and user want to move it to right. So in configuration setting, there is a one under line editor, there is a setting action column placement. As of now it is showing left. If you select the right and save it, and let me refresh the screen. Once you refresh the screen, and you will see the toolbar will be showing at right. Let me select product, select. So you can see this toolbar has been moved to right. So this is the important setting, and it is a usability setting. And now one more thing you can see over here, there is a multiple selection, allowed to multiple selection. User can select, sales rep can select multiple products and do action on multiple products in one go. But sometimes there is a requirement to restrict Salesforce rep that he cannot work on multiple product at a time to reduce as per requirement. Maybe there may be some requirement, like there may be possibility to make some mistakes. So for this there is another setting. This is called enable multi-line delete. This checkbox is checked as of now. If we uncheck this checkbox and save it, now refresh this page. Once you refresh this page, that multiple selection option will be removed. And these settings are only related to line editor. So if you see over here, this is a line editor, and you can see that multiple select option has been removed from over here. Next is let me go to my slide. Multi-line I have already covered. Action column placement package setting online editor already covered. Next thing is adding fields and column on quote line editor. Let me show you. So suppose here if you can see product code, quantity, list unit price, additional discount, net unit price column are showing over here, and there is a requirement to add product name over here. So how you would add more fields, more columns on this line editor? Let me show you. So moving to object manager, and further search object name quote line. This is a quote line object. Click on quote line and further field set. And in this field set, you have a line editor field set name, since we want to add some more column in line editor. So if you see over here in this field sheet, it is showing product code, quantity, list unit price, additional discount, and I want to add a product name. So just search a product name and I want to display it after the product code and save it. Now if you refresh the page, and further I am going to select some product just to check if that column has been added or not. So yeah, it has been added over here. So if you see over here, product code, product name, I have added after, just after product code. So this is a very important setting. Sometimes user may ask you to remove some fields or add more columns over here, or move additional discount first, quantity to a quantity at the right. So you everything can be managed with the help of this field set. That is, let me show you once again. So this is the field set. You can move whatever you need. You can add, remove what is needed. Let me go to next one. Sorry. Next thing is what is standard line item drawer, how to modify it. So this is a line item, and if you click on this, it will show other details of this product. This screen is called a line item drawer. Like if you talk about for this product, pricing method is showing list, what is original price, what is a special price, what is regular unit price, customer unit price. So all these things, many of like pricing is being it may be defined under price book. What is unit cost? So it will be defined. Let me show you one more thing before discussing it. Product. Let me select any product. So you can see over here Salesforce CPQ pricing method is defined over here list. So some fields, some values are coming from here, some may be coming from price book. So if you see, let me search original price. So pricing, under pricing, optional, these are the fields which are being displayed over here. So that is, these are from product fields. So this section is called line item drawer, and sometimes you may have requirement that remove this field and add some more fields over here, or you need to modify this line item drawer. So let me discuss it. So for changing this, it is the same way. You need to go to object manager, select line quote line object, and this time we will be selecting a standard line item drawer field set. So here you can see it is showing pricing method, original price, special price. These are the fields. Pricing method, original price, special price. Now if you want to modify it, you don't need pricing method. You just need to remove it and save it. and let me refresh the screen and show you if it is reflecting or not. Add product, select, and if you go to drawer, so you can see pricing method has been removed from here, and these settings can be applied to applied for all the objects. If we show you a quote, let me, like this is a quote information which is showing start date, in date, subscription term and additional discount. Now if you want to add net total field over here, so this section is from quote object, so you need to go to object manager, quote and field set and line editor. Since all the details of the code field is being displayed over line editor, that's why you need to modify this line editor. So if you see over here start date, in date, subscription term, and you want to add one more field, net amount, just save it and refresh the page. So now net amount is showing over here, and one you can notice one difference over here. It is a read only field. Since net amount is a auto calculated field, it is a formula field and it will be auto calculated while you will be clicking on calculate button. Let me add one or two product, select, and if we change the quantity 4 and click on calculate button, so it will be automatically calculated. So I have explained only for one object, that is a quote and line editor, but in the same way you can modify other screens too. So if you go to object manager, and if you want something modify on additional document object, you need to go to field set. So under this object no field set has been defined, it means we don't have any such kind of page layout. So you can try at your end, that is how many objects are available for editing the layouts, other things. You can do some work around and you can follow this video and the link which I have shared for more detail about object and field. So that's all for today's session. Thank you very much for joining.